Over the course of this podcast, we'll be exploring the principles of property management excellence, the guiding ideas that empower us to build better relationships, make smarter decisions, and deliver exceptional results for everyone involved in property management. Welcome to the Owner Mindset Podcast, where we dive into the strategies for building thriving communities, creating lasting impact, and redefining what it means to excel in property management. I'm your host, Anthony A. Luna, and I'm thrilled to kick off this series inspired by my upcoming book, Property Management Excellence. In today's episode, we'll be introducing the foundational principles of property management excellence: listening and communication, ethics and integrity, growth and owner mindset, quality of life, and building legacy. These aren't just lofty ideas. They're the practical strategies that shape how we work every day, whether you're managing a single property or a vast portfolio. So let's start by exploring how these principles are interwoven into the fabric of successful property management and why they matter now more than ever. The principles of property management excellence form the foundation of how we at Coastline Equity approach our work and how I believe that the industry as a whole can elevate its standard. These 5 principles: listening and communication, ethics and integrity, growth and owner mindset, quality of life, and building a legacy. These 5 principles act as guideposts, ensuring that we're not only meeting but exceeding expectations for property owners, tenants, each other as team members, and the communities that we serve. So let's take a quick look at each principle. Listening isn't just about hearing. It's about truly understanding what's being said and even what isn't. Whether we're listening to tenants, property owners, or even the properties themselves, open communication ensures that we're addressing the right needs at the right time. Ethics and integrity in all that we do. Integrity is about doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. In an industry where trust is paramount, ethics and integrity build the foundation for long-term relationships. Growth and owner mindset. Growth isn't just about financials, it's about fostering the growth of our clients' assets, the people on our team, and our own mindset as leaders. It also involves adopting an owner mindset, managing every property as if it were our own. Quality of life is the next principle. Property management impacts the lives of tenants, of property owners, and the surrounding communities that we serve. By prioritizing safety, comfort, and community engagement, we enhance quality of life for all of our stakeholders. Real estate is often a generational asset, and our work helps safeguard and grow those legacies. But building a legacy isn't just about wealth. It's about creating meaningful, lasting impact. Each of these principles works together to ensure success, not just for the property owner or manager, but for everyone who interacts with the property. Over the course of this podcast and this training series, we'll dive deeper into each one. Now that we've outlined the principles, let's talk about how they translate into real-world scenarios. When it comes to listening and communication, listening is about more than tenant surveys or maintenance requests. It's about paying attention to the details that reveal deeper needs. For example, here at Coastline Equity, we've learned to listen to our properties through regular inspections. Take a property that we've managed in the Palos Verdes Peninsula. On the surface level, this property showed no major issues. Financials looked great, performance was doing okay, occupancy rates were at a great level. But by physically inspecting the site, we discovered structural damage that had been ignored for years. Cracked concrete, exposed rebar, and a leaking pool. These were the issues the property itself was telling us about. Addressing them early prevented a catastrophic failure and preserved the property's value, and more importantly, preserved the lives that were at the property. Ethics and integrity in all that we do. Integrity means making tough decisions for the greater good. During the early days of the COVID pandemic, our commercial tenants faced unprecedented challenges. We worked directly with them to renegotiate lease terms and create payment plans, balancing the needs of our tenants and of our clients, the property owners. It wasn't easy, but it was the right thing to do, and it paid off with stronger relationships and a high tenant retention rate across the portfolio. Growth and owner mindset. Every property owner has their own unique goals. One client might plan to hold a property long-term, while another is preparing to sell the asset within a year. Understanding these objectives helps us tailor our approach, whether it's optimizing for cash flow, preparing for a sale, or investing in upgrades to increase the overall property value. One of my favorite stories involves taking over a property where tenants had essentially stopped reporting maintenance issues because they believed that no one cared. When we stepped in, we immediately addressed hundreds of long-standing work orders. Within months, tenant satisfaction skyrocketed and retention rates improved, proving that the quality of life is key to both tenant happiness and property success. And finally, building a legacy. For many property owners, their real estate portfolio represents generational wealth. One family that we've recently been working with inherited a property that was in disrepair and placed in a rent escrow program by the city. We addressed the issues, restored the property's value, and got it back into compliance. Today, it's not just an asset, it's a thriving legacy for that family. These principles aren't just theoretical, they're the backbone of our upcoming Property Management Excellence training series and our book by the same title. This series is designed to take each of these 5 principles and break them down into actionable steps, practical tools, and real-world case studies that you can use as examples. In our listening and communication module, we'll explore how to implement tenant feedback loops using PropTech tools like Appfolio, develop inspection protocols that listen to your properties, and build better team communication strategies. The ethics and integrity module will cover how to establish a culture of transparency, draft tenant and owner bill of rights, and handle conflicts with fairness and respect. The growth and owner mindset module will help you adopt strategies for long-term thinking, align with client goals, and use data to drive decision-making. Quality of life focuses on creating tenant retention programs, improving amenities, and building community engagement. Finally, Building Legacy dives into strategies for managing generational wealth, navigating succession planning, and fostering social impact through your investments. This series is for property managers, owners, and anyone who wants to bring excellence into every aspect of property management. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by the complexities of this business or industry, this training will help you simplify, streamline, and succeed. Reflect on the principles we've discussed. How are they currently showing up in your property management practices? Or where could they be applied more effectively? Subscribe to our newsletter to receive updates about the Property Management Excellence Training Series, and be the first to know when enrollment opens and access exclusive resources. For our Coastline Equity team members, think about how these principles can guide your day-to-day decisions. Share your thoughts on what additional tools or training could help you implement them. And don't forget to subscribe to the Owner Mindset podcast to catch the next episode where we'll dive deep into listening and communication, the first principle of property management excellence. Thank you for joining me today. Remember, it's about the people, values, and the legacy that we leave behind. Together, we can redefine excellence in the industry. Until next time, I'm Anthony A. Luna, encouraging you to think like an owner, lead with purpose, and always strive for excellence. Take care and see you in the next episode.
Anthony A. Luna is the CEO of Coastline Equity Property Management, based in Southern California. As a respected Forbes and Fast Company contributor, Anthony shares insights that help property management professionals excel while giving back to their communities. His upcoming book, Property Management Excellence, will be available in June 2025 on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and bookstores worldwide.